What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Hyperface podcast. I'm your host today, TARIQ, and I'm joined with
KIREERI.
Fantastic. And today's topic is going to be Bodybuilding 101. We're going to talk about just the basics of bodybuilding. Let's go.
What did I know? You a fool's gold. Yes, I did.
All right, guys, so today we're going to be talking about 4 routines that we can cover in bodybuilding, right? The first one would be hypertrophy, which just basically means building muscle. The second one would be endurance building. The third one would be strength gain, right? And last one, popular one, fat loss, weight loss.
There's always a problematic between fat loss and
we're gonna dig into that. Maybe not today, but we'll definitely dig into that in the upcoming videos, right?
Yeah.
Right. So for each one, they're gonna be basically an intermediate, basic, intermediate, and advanced level, right? And in the upcoming weeks, we're gonna outline basic workouts for each one, intermediate workouts, and advanced workouts. What are the hallmarks of a basic workout? What is an intermediate? What is an advanced workout, right?
That's true, man.
Yeah.
When it comes to the programs, as he mentioned, there are like 4 programs. So stick to the program which interests you and which makes you reach to your goal even further, man. So the basic bottom line is that try to have focus in that and try to make sure that the body muscle and the body and the mind connection should be really good. The form should be really good. Don't go directly to the heavy weights and don't go directly to the dumbbells. I'm gonna say that stick to them. There are machines out there which make sure that stick to that. Try to use the light forms. Try to see how people and there are like many more information we're gonna be talking about. But stick to the basics for these things. Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot of things that you need to learn how to do prior to perfecting a movement, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
whenever the beginner comes near me, actually, whenever the beginner comes near me and they ask me that what needs to be done first, I rather go and say that try to use the machines first. Its first thing is that it's more safer. At the same time, if you have a wrong form, it might correct your form way better, and you're gonna be affecting your muscle really good. And then afterwards, light weights, dumbbells. Yes, of course, you can be introducing week by week, and you can be introducing, but stick to the form, man. It's the golden rule, I'm gonna say.
Yeah. And aside from form, you need to know, depending on your workout, right? Depending on which one you choose and which one you want to pursue, whether it's endurance, whether it's strength, whether it's fat loss or hypertrophy, right? You need to know each one has a specific rep range. Each one has specific rest periods, rest days, right? Rep ranges could vary from 3 to 5, 2 even reps, up to 15, maybe 30 in some specific scenarios. And the same is with rest between sets. You might want to be resting for 30 seconds. You might want to be resting for 3 minutes.
So question for you. So what is your ideal time you're going to be say that? Is it depends from person to person, or is there any specified ideal time you want to go for that? As for the beginner as well as for the advanced, what do you want to say?
Well, we'll highlight that in the upcoming video. For example, if we're going to be talking about, I'll just give a quick snippet, right? If we're going to be talking about, let's say, an advanced strength lifter, right? We would be talking about 3 minutes for in between heavy lifts, right? That'll give you the right amount of time to just basically recover between those those very tedious lifts. However, if you're talking about hypertrophy from beginner to maybe advanced, you're talking about 45 to a maximum of 90 seconds. So it all depends on how and what you're going to be doing. And again, this is just a very quick overview. Once we get into different workouts, sample workouts, we'll dissect it. We'll talk about it.
That's true.
We'll just basically walk you through it and even give you a sample workout that you can take home and maybe try out for your your own right?
Yeah. So when comes to the exercise, that's good to know that I'm going to be splitting this exercise into compound exercise and isolation exercise. Compound exercise usually comes under, like more than one group of muscle is involved, and it's really a matter of building the muscle a lot. And at the time, on the other hand, I'm going to be talking about is isolation exercise, which strictly goes with one group of muscle. So I try to mix and match always. That's the personal thing which I do, but depends on your program how it is. Try to introduce your compound exercise and isolation exercise. The other thing is that don't make it too much of a compound exercise always, because I've seen like they come, they go deadlift, and they're done.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, if you're going for a strong muscle, only you're just going and coming for, what do you call, like you want to be like a power lifter, that's the other case I'm going to say. But as you're a beginner, try to introduce yourself into the gym, see a look around, what are the machines, what are the things is happening, try to see how the people are performing, try to check yourself how you can do well, but try to, you can mix and match these and exercise. So these are the basics you need to be looking out as a beginner.
Variety is the spice of life.
Yeah.
Right. So we keep this short and sweet. We're gonna go for a tip round, right? I'm gonna give a tip. Maybe you can give a tip. And two each, right?
Cool.
One very important tip I would say is don't keep a lift in your routine just because the specific program you downloaded or you're following says you have to lift, right? Not everyone is comfortable doing every exercise. People might have conditions, back problems, might have all kinds of things that a workout would cause more pain or aggravate a previous injury or so on, right? Like, people from, let's say, football who have back problems from basically football, right? Or someone who's had a car accident.
Like, knee problem, feet problem.
It could be anything, right? If it's a basketball player, they might be having knee problems from like repetitive jumping and so on, right? So there are alternatives for every workout. There's multiple alternatives. If you can't squat, for example, there are squat machines. There are machines that mimic the same range of squat without the additional stress to your lower back.
Exactly. Like you can tell, knees, right? You can just tell the experience quickly with your audience that which happened to you as well, right?
So for me, I had bunion surgery on both my feet, and it took me out for 6 months. I couldn't walk, and post that I noticed that lunges are very, very uncomfortable. Just the fact that I have to bend my toes this way is just very painful, right? And so I just chose not to do lunges. It's not something that will completely remove you from that specific. There are
like
alternatives for everything, right? Yeah, sometimes like a deadlift or like a bench press or a squat is one of the most compound effective movements. It doesn't mean that you can't do legs or you can't train or you can't gain muscle just because you can't do that one specific exercise. There's so many more that you can just cover, right?
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna be saying is that progression is the king. What do you say about it? Is it true?
Fantastic, yeah.
Try to increase your weights, rather increase your rep range week by week. See the progress. How does it go? Stick to the program. And the other thing is that try to go till the failure, because I have seen many times is that people always complain in the gym or the outside the gym is that I'm unable to build the body. This is my personal experience which I've been gone through, is that I've stick to one program like seeing in the YouTube or trying to download the PDF. It's really good. It's not that it's not bad information out there. There are good information out there, but the problem is that we are not trying to progress in the gym. It's always sticking into the one weight or the rep range which is comfortable to us. We, as Arnold has already said, that shock the muscle, guys. So that's gonna be leading to your muscle growth. So that's the problem. Many of the people as a beginner or an intermediate are not achieving their goals.
On that point, right? Probably determining the volume.
That's true.
Of what you work at, right? So progression is also fantastic, right? So volume, you might start off with a bit lower volume because that's all you can handle for a specific workout, right? When you want to progress, you have two ways of progressing. You either want to increase the volume that you currently did, like if it's 3 sets of this exercise, you want to do 4 sets, because initially when you start a new program, you would be, let's talk about bench press, for example. If you're benching 205 and then you bench 210 and then 220 and then you plateau at 220, right? And then some people just go like, you know what, I'm gonna change this workout, it's not working out for me, right? If you can't increase the weight, maybe increase a set or 2 on bench press
or the reps.
Exactly. I mean, maybe you can't do more than 3 reps of 205, for example, right? What you can do is you can do 3 sets of 205 at 3 reps instead of 1 set, right? Really forcing and pushing within possible reason to force hypertrophy or strength or whatever the program might be, right? And again, it has its place in each program. We'll talk about it when we get there.
Yes. So I'm going to be ending up with this all cool tips is that stick to the program, commit to yourself, be disciplined, guys. I'm going to be saying consistency is your discipline. I'm going to be saying one more time, consistency is your discipline. So stick to it, stick to one program routine and see it for yourself for 2 months or 3 months. You're going to be observing the changes. You're not going to be changing it day by day. There is going to be a less progression, but you need to be sticking. Don't get disappointed. You're going to be seeing yourself 3 months of progression. You're going to be seeing after 6 months, I'm going to be saying that people are going to be noticing you a different way. So, but try to change your mentality, try to be a good mindset, and stick to it. That's it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this has been an installation of the Hyperface podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you guys.
On the next one.
Take care.
Stay legendary.
Yeah.